What up, Dokkanners? A lot of you guys have been asking me, Toon, how many stones will I be able to get back before the 8-year anniversary? And that is a very important question, considering a lot of you have done some summons on the Goku Sandai banner. Now, I don't blame you for summoning, even though there were no discounts. It is too tempting of a banner to not try some summons on. A lot of you got rewarded for it. A lot of you paid the price. So regardless of who you are, you probably want to get your hands on a ton of stones before the 8-year anniversary. And the good news is you still have a ton to earn during these upcoming celebrations. Now, if you're somebody who went all in for the God Goku, I know that there's somebody out there, and you weren't able to pull the Goku, that is a bummer, and I feel really, really sorry that that had to happen to you. But you will get a good amount of stones before 8-year if you don't summon at all. You're gonna have to make some cuts on some of these other banners, but if you can do so, you will have a good amount of stones going into this 8-year anniversary. And then 8-year anniversary itself gives you a ton of stones as well. So let's go through an approximation. This is a very rough approximation. And quite frankly, this is kind of an update to a previous video that I made about a month and a half ago. So keep in mind, folks, calculation error is always a thing. I always underestimate. I always do that because I would rather undersell how many stones we're going to be getting instead of overselling. Because if you end up not getting the amount that I say, that could be a disappointment. And it's always nice to be a little bit more surprised. Like, hey, I thought I was going to be getting like 500, but boom, I'm getting 700. That's pretty good, right? So, and also extra stones that I don't account for. That is definitely going to be taking place during the Sandai celebration. I have this here, but I'm not going to be including this in the calculations. The reason why I have 134, we take a quick look here. With all of the EZAs that are coming up, we should be getting info actually either today or tomorrow. The EZA information will reveal how good these guys are, but regardless, the events themselves will give you a lot of stones. 33 for the LR EZA, 30 for the base Extreme Z Battle event, and then plus extra stones for each one getting their missions done. I think each one gets 2 Dragon Stones or 3. I could be wrong. I'm going to go ahead and just predict 2. So that's going to be like 40. So 5, just 10 stones from these 5 right here. So 10 plus 30, that's 40. This one is just sub EZA, so you don't get anything for this one. But 40 plus 7 or 33, that's 73, right? And then if we look at the celebration overall, what's left over, I'm going to assume you've already done Extreme Super Battle Road. But we've got burst mode coming up. That gives you 7 Dragon Stones, so that brings our total to 80. 91 if we include the 11 from Patton. So 91 plus the 23 that they advertise as the stone rewards for this one. So 91 plus 23 is 114. 114 plus 20 from Chain Battle is 134. So that is why I am including this right here. If you want to include this in the final total, be my guest. I am not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. We're just going to instead move on to the Yamcha celebration. There are 3 Dokkan festivals between now and the 8-year anniversary. I'm not counting Sandai, Yamcha, Golden Week, and Super 17. And then, of course, their respective part 2s. But in terms of Dokkan festivals, we have 3 left, which is ample time for those of you who broke the bank on Godku to recover. So let's go through these campaigns, looking at the JP side of the game, starting with Yamcha. Starting with Yamcha right here. So Yamcha's part 1 is the counter, or not the counter, but the part 1 to the Hachiyak Goku part 2. So since we already got Hachiyak early, not Hachiyak, but the Hachiyak Goku LR, since we got that part 2 already early on, whatever units or portions of this part 2 remain will be a part of whatever the part 2 ends up being, which will be something different. I think it's just probably going to be like a throwaway part 2. I don't imagine they're going to do any sort of like global first thing. So here they will throw in that Battlefield Hachiyak LR most likely. And then we will get whatever else is included. But on the Yamcha one, we will get a quest mode revamp or update for stage 30. So new stages for that, new missions, new rewards for that. Yamcha Dokkan Festival, obviously, is a new Dokkan event. We are going to be getting Super Battle Road again, Clash again. We're going to be getting the Zenny Shop update. I don't think there are any missions for that. We're going to be getting, some Supreme Kai Trials, actually. Do these give Dragon Stones? I don't know. I don't think so. I think these just give the Supreme Kai treasures. That's okay. Extreme Z Battle for the LR Bojack should be happening here. New Dragon Ball story for the second coming of Broly should also be here. So based on all of that and my approximations from the previous year, we should be getting around 140 to 150 Dragon Stones from the Yamcha Dokkan Festival celebration. So there's that. Then we move on to the following Dokkan Festival, which is Golden Week. Actually, wait, we should include... Well, I don't really know what to include for part 2 for Yamcha. Yeah, so you could probably say like 147 plus, because I'm not including the part 2. I just don't know what they could possibly do in there. And let me actually see. What sort of events did we get from that Hachiyak celebration that we won't get again? The unit is obviously not going to be there, so substitute this for like some filler. We'll get the Dragon Stone special stone stuff. Probably a burst mode. Probably just a burst mode, frankly. I think that's probably it. Yeah, so this, I mean, it's just not worth it. Yeah, chain battle would be there. No, actually, wait, no, we already got that. So I don't even know what they would include in here. So yeah, I'm not gonna have anything there. I'm just gonna leave that open-ended. Moving on to Golden Week. Golden Week, we have no idea what it's going to be like. So we'll just take a look back at last year's Golden Week and see how that was. It was pretty nice because Golden Week happens at the same time as the Goku Day. So you not just only have the Golden Week celebration to consider, but also Goku Day this year. A lot of people are expecting LR Go Bros to receive an easy, or maybe Super Saiyan 3 LR Goku. Either way, that would be a great source of some stones. For the Goku Day, maybe there's going to be a new event that they drop, maybe like a legendary Gohan event. We have Goku, we have Vegeta. Gohan could use one now that Beast Gohan is a thing. Sorry to bring up the subject, but Beast Gohan's assets are in the game. Perhaps, I don't know, they do something with that. I don't know. Maybe they give us something there. But for the Golden Week celebration, there's a part 1. There's a bunch of EZAs. There's chain battle. I think we had 2 chain battles actually. We had chain battle for Cell, and I think we had another one for 16, right? Yeah, so we had 2 chains. I mean, 2 chain battles. 2 chain battles. We also had several EZAs. We had Gohan. We had LR Cell. We had Ultimate Clash. So a lot of stones to gain on Golden Week. So that's 215 based on my rough calculations from before. Plus another 39 from Goku Day. This could vary, so we're going to include those. Then the final Dokkan Festival before 8-year is the pre-8-year Dokkan Festival. This year it's going to be Super 17. Super 17 did not have its own respective Part 2. It was just a Part 1 Dokkan Festival, and I think a fairly uneventful one. I don't think too many things happened except for like the 17 EZA. So we had the Dokkan Festival. We have an Extreme Z area for some free-to-play EZAs. We had Clash, Katon. Okay, some good stones here. New missions for the legendary Goku event. Oh, okay. The GT Goku event. I think this probably has to do with Super 17. Yep. Inhuman Deeds and Joined Forces. Okay, so that gives you 10. We get the Extreme Z Awakening for the Super 17, or the Android 17. Another Extreme Super Battle Run. Oh, yeah, and the Cell Legendary campaign. That gave you like 20 Dragon Stones as well, I believe. So, yeah, there's some nice stones to pick up here. My calculations are from the previous years. So, actually, you could probably throw in a little bit more. But I'm just going to go ahead and keep this the same. I'm going to go ahead and just keep this count the same because I'd like to undersell rather than oversell. So we're just going to keep this at like 100, maybe you could say like 120 Dragon Stones. And then for the Part 2, we don't know what the Part 2 is going to be yet, but basically the Part 2 is going to be the Part 2 banner for the Dokkan Festival that follows the Saiyan Day celebration for JP. So right now, so if we look back at last year's Saiyan Day, right, that was the Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta's immediately following Dokkan Festival on JP was the Raditz Dokkan Festival. The Raditz Dokkan Festival's Part 2 was the Goku and Piccolo. And this banner dropped on Global as the final hurdle to jump over before the 7-year anniversary. And then Raditz ended up being the trap banner between anniversary and worldwide download. So they do split this part up for Global. So we'll have to wait and see what that ends up being for JP. But whatever that is, we'll probably get another like 100 Dragon Stones-ish. This is, of course, assuming another world tournament does hit during that Part 2 segment. So, with all of this said, how many stones can we possibly get? Since I am not including Saiyan Day, I'll leave that to you. We're going to be adding 147 plus 215 plus 39 plus 105 plus 113. That gives you about 620 Dragon Stones with all of these different celebrations. Keep in mind, I am not including the empty Part 2 right here. I'm also not including the Saiyan Day celebration remains, because depending on when you're watching this, you could still be watching this during Saiyan Day and you might have already done those EZAs. So for the sake of those people, I want to keep that out of the equation. But if you want to include it depending on when you're watching this, feel free. So I'm going to say that approximately 620 stones are available between now and Global's 8-year anniversary. So if you are starting from 0, you are going to get 600 Dragon Stones by 8-year. And then during the celebration itself of 8-year, you get a ton of stones. So there's going to be so much there that you will also be able to use as fuel to summon on the 8-year anniversary and then also save up for the worldwide download celebration. So discipline is the key at this point, people. With 3 celebrations left over, if you've already broken the bank with all your stones, it's time to save and it's time to just let some of these banners go by. They will come back eventually, but that's just part of gacha gaming. You got to make some cuts in certain places. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments if you are going to be including the Saiyan Day EZAs and all that stuff in your calculations. if you add either 620 Dragon Stones or 750 Dragon Stones, depending. How many stones does that give you total overall? Are you planning on summoning for Yamcha, Super 17, or Golden Week, or any of them? Let me know your overall thoughts between now and the 8-year celebration in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let you know when I see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and remember to Dokkan responsibly.